welcome back to the channel. Today I have something new to show you. This is a Mike Lull Heirloom SX in a HSS setup. This is one that they've been working on for a little bit, so they let me try it out. And something really special about these Heirloom models are that they age them in-house. They do all the spraying in-house, nitro, and everything is aged. It's perfect. These really stand up really well next to Fender custom shops and even vintage Strats. I've had a chance to play some 64s. I think there was a 61 and a couple 62s, and this one just beats them all in terms of craftsmanship, playability, tone, everything. So I want to talk to you about this one. Also, the most important thing is the best HSS guitar I've been able to play. I've played a lot of them. If you've been around the channel for a while, this is how the channel started. It started with the Sir HSS and also a Shiji HSS, and this is by far the best one, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. So first, I want to start with some of the specs, and starting with the body. So this is a roasted alder, and it's finished in a frost blue, and that's kind of like a sonic blue. And if you can see, hopefully, like down here, there's a bunch of really cool ambering in the nitrocellulose, but everything is really tastefully aged. It's not overly done. They do call this a heavy aging, but in some other brands, you'd probably refer to it as like maybe a medium, and I just think it's super tasteful. So roasted alder, nitro in frost blue. Hopefully the camera, let's back it up a little bit. Hopefully the camera can pick up some of the checking, but you can see all the really, really cool wear marks, and everything is done intentionally. So you can see like where the arm might be. So moving on, we got mint green right here for the pick guard. We got some, I think they're vintage white, maybe some like 50s style, but aged pickup covers. This one right here, the humbucker, is intentionally aged to be darker than the rest, because that's kind of where we rest our hand when we're playing, or some of us do. So they wanted it to be a little bit more discolored, which is really cool. Again, just really well thought out and intentional. We got master volume, master tone, and the tone's got the push-pull to split the humbucker, and we'll talk about pickups in a second. We got the Mike Lull signature slant right here on the heel, which is really cool. Makes it really easy to play. Let's see here, what else we got? We got the hip shot contour bridge, which is super, super smooth. Also aged nicely. These are actually aftermarket aged knobs that I got from, I think it was Crazy Parts. There were dome knobs on here before, and just wanted it to look a little bit more Strat-like. So moving on to the neck is really, really cool. So starting with the back, take a look at that. It's 5A roasted flame maple, aged right here. Like you can really tell right about here is where the transition starts from nitrocellulose to being kind of worn down, and then right about here at the 12th fret. So it's like super buttery smooth, everything worn in really nicely. We got a nice dark fretboard here, Indian rosewood, 12-inch radius. We got jumbo stainless steel frets that are plecked in-house, finished super nicely, buttery smooth. This is a 1 11/16 inch bone nut right here. So complements the Slim C neck, which is 0.800 to 0.860 inches. So it's like a Slim C, but it fills the hand out really nicely. Okay. What else we got here? Hopefully you can see right about here. I don't know if you can see very well, but there's some checking going on right here, some little dings right here, which is really cool. On the back, we got aged open gear hip shot tuners, locking tuners, which is cool. Let's talk about the pickups now. So pickups, this is what makes this the best HSS guitar that I've ever played. So these single coils had like maybe a tiny hand in the creation of these, more than just like a suggestion. I had their old 60 style pickups and their 50 style. These are their own hand wound pickups. And I was like, I just want maybe a little bit more oomph in the 60s pickups, kind of like a 63 or 64 would. So what they did was they took their 63, they changed the wire and did a 5% underwind, which brought them to like almost a true 63, 64 spec single coil right here and right here. So these ones, they're 60 style. The humbucker though is something that's super, super special. I'm not usually one for open humbucker, so like no nickel cover or anything, but this one just works super well. Now, here's what's so special about this one. They wound the coils slightly differently. So I can't remember which one it was. I'm pretty sure it's probably the closest one to the middle pickup. Is wound hotter than the other one. So overall, I think it's right around 8K, maybe 8.5K. But one coil is wound to like 5.5, the other one like 3. So when you split it right here, that sees like in the 2 position and the 1 position, it only sees the hotter pickup. Now, what's really cool about that is it makes it balance super well with the other pickups. And I've never had that. Usually there's like a blanket over the tone. It's really, really quiet in the 2 and the 1 position, but this one doesn't have it. Now I measured on meters on my quad Cortex, and you'll see in the demo, playing between this one and this guy right here, same pickups, but wanted to see how much of a difference there was in the overall output. Half a dB difference. So going from full humbucker to split coil, there's like maybe 1 to 0.5 dB difference. And then comparing it to the other one, it was like a sliver of a difference, and really almost negligible, which was really, really cool, which made the 2 position like super quacky, like a typical single style Strat guitar. So that's what makes this one so special. You'll see it in the demo. It's bright in those positions. It's still quacky, and you don't lose any of that that output, which is really awesome. So just want you to check them out. Check them out on Instagram, Mike Lull Custom Guitars on Instagram, on their website, mikelull.com. But I'm gonna roll the demo for you, and hopefully you like the tones. And if you dig the sounds, everything is coming from my quad Cortex on the floor, and it's a 2-rock traditional clean 100 watt head capture, and it's available on my website, johnconcheroguitar.com.
you.